Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. It's the day after FOMC. Yesterday FOMC was an absolute fart in the wind. Bitcoin barely moved, I think like 0.5% to max 1%. We didn't got our breakout or breakdown. So yeah, not a lot happened. Standard markets were also a little bit wicky and eventually we got to move down, but not all too much. So far the stock market looks a little bit weak. And the only biggest takeaway I would say from the FOMC was that they said we might need more rate hikes. And remember what I already said for the last 2 to 3 days. If they stop hiking the rates, what they also did, right away watch out for the words in the news, pivoting. And I think that the Fed knew that as well, and therefore they right away wanted to say, well, we think that we do need a few more rate hikes, so no pivot yet. And that was of course very smart of them to do, because if else they are creating false hope. You see the market is just blasting up. And that is not what they want, because the fight of inflation is not over yet. With that being said, since BTC is a little bit boring, I thought it would be nice to look at Kaspa. This is a altcoin that has been absolutely skyrocketing in the last few months, actually since the beginning of 2023. Everything went down, crypto went down, stock markets went down, we have inflation, you name it. I mean, yes, BTC had to move up, but actually this coin was an absolute winner, and yesterday we created a new all-time high. So I thought it wouldn't be nice to look at this coin instead of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a little bit boring. If you like the content, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links you will find in the description. Without further ado, let's start diving in. Like I said, today we're looking at Kaspa USDT. This one is on the MEXC exchange. And I said this was a perfect and incredible outperformer during the year. And if I'm looking at what we have done, we're coming off from 0.005 cent, and now we pumped up all the way to 0.0540, 1000% move all the way from the bottom. Incredible. So congratulations if you took the trade, and if you're in such a profits, I would say please take some profits off the table. This is absolutely extraordinary in the current market conditions, so please take some profit off the table. Matter of fact, if you are trading this, I'm not trading an MEXC, but if you want to trade this, I actually from this point on will be more looking for shorts. Very simple, because we're already here on the daily and we're seeing that we just created a bearish divergence here on the daily time frame. You see that we made a slight higher high, and the momentum wave is coming down, therefore creating and confirming the bearish divergence. You see also that the money flow is coming down, so I think that this thing is going to correct heavily. We do not have a swing fail pattern from the previous high. As you can see, both of the candles they closed above the previous high, so no swing fail pattern, but we do have some interesting levels. Let me just quickly mark some support and resistance, something that I right away catch here with the eye. That is these lows right here. That could be a nice support level. Then of course we have the bottom approximately here. You can also see that that is nice resistance, and it was support. So it was resistance here, therefore we couldn't break through once, twice. Then we had a slow grind up, and it was support once, twice, and then we went higher. If we then look at a volume profile, you know what, actually let me also take out this one right here. So that one is also pretty nice actually. Let me quickly pull a volume profile to see what we're looking at. Probably above value area high. Yeah, exactly. I have to say I like the volume profile. We have a lot of action here inside. Looks very nice. We are above the value area high in itself. Pretty strong, but we are of course then now very much overbought. Usually you want to short everything above the value area high, but this thing of course, since the trend is up, could also go higher. But like I said, right now, since we are already so high, made a new yearly high, I would more inclined to be looking for shorts. If we are then taking also a fib retracement and we're putting this underneath this low right here, well then suddenly we're getting a few very interesting levels. For example, you can see that the 0.5 lines up perfectly with this support and resistance box that we just drew. So what you could do is try to look for a long once we are coming down to the 0.5 to then take it back up. take it back up, could then be the 0.5 for the golden pocket or 78.6 to then go lower again, because then you're really creating a different market structure. You have your high, your higher high, a lower high is then confirmed, and then you could really play it to the downside. So that actually would be a super nice trade. Then you're also back into the value area. You do see that sometimes with assets that we're coming back in, coming back out, just to confirm that lower high and then to go lower. One underneath we have the golden pocket and also the point of control. That was actually also very nice, starting off from 0.028 and then the point of control to 0.025. By the way, the 0.05 on a FIB retracement is 0.033. This whole area actually is from 0.034 to 0.031 ish. If we then go lower, we would eventually break much lower. Then you also have the 78.6 lining up with this support area. That's actually also very nice. That is, this 78.6 is exactly at 0.020. Mind you, this is of course a major move to the downside, but these are also alts, so I wouldn't be surprised. We're talking then about a approximately 55 to 60% dump. And underneath then you have the value area low. That's actually a complete area, because not only do you have the value area low, but you also have this whole area that I just drew out, that I think, well, this needs to hold, because of else this is one of those poopy coins that goes eventually to zero. I don't know what kind of coin this is. I don't know the utility behind it. I don't know what they're doing, what the team is. But we as traders also don't need to know any of that. We're just looking at the chart and we're trading the chart, we're trading the levels, and that's it. And your trade either works out or it doesn't. And what they're creating or what they're doing, or how much money they have eventually on the balance sheet, when you're just trading the charts, that is completely unimportant. You could also be, by the way, a little bit more conservative. Say, okay, wait a minute, Ray, all the way back down, you just said it's 50 to 60%. That is a lot. I mean, it could be a major swing trade, but you can also just put your FIB retracement underneath the last quote-unquote macro low, because again, we're here on the daily time frame. And if you do that, then you're actually also getting a very nice level, because then the golden pocket lines up with the value area high. So you could also do something like this, where you're done creating a lower high. So then you're longing from the golden pocket value area high, taking out this, but leaving this intact. That actually would be super nice from a short perspective, because then you're building up more reasons to go lower. Then your price is somewhere here. What you then do is you take a new FIB retracement, put it underneath these lows to these highs, and then of course you want to see a rejection somewhere here from the golden pocket or 78.6, like I said, creating the lower high and then to go lower. Then you don't have to wait for such a long time to this really retrace back up, because then you're really talking about days, maybe even weeks for this to play out. So if you want to be a bit more aggressive, you can also take this. Like I said, on the macro, because I'm just looking at market Cipher B, I think actually we're going lower. We made a new yearly high. This thing had 1000% for 2023, although the market is pretty weak. Let me quickly also look at the other time frames, just a 4 hour real quick. Yeah, I also see reason here. If you just look at a market Cipher to go lower, you're seeing that the money flow kind of wants to roll over here a little bit. The same for the momentum waves. RSI are starting to split, so we're losing strength. So it wouldn't be all too bad to think that this is getting into a corrective phase for the next couple weeks, maybe even months to come. That is the quick TA for Kaspa. Something else for once, because like I said, BTC is a little bit boring. If you like it, then please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments if you like this kinds of stuff, or do you maybe want to see other altcoins or other assets. I'll be happy to show it all to you. Then just let me know in the comments. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you can also do that. The links are also in the description. See you guys very, very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.